Free Lula Now. That's the call from local trade unionists as they join in solidarity with the unions in Brazil who continue to plead with Brazilian authorities to free the country's former president Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. On Monday, the joint trade union movement, together with the Movement for Social Justice, delivered a letter outfitted with 13 signatures to Brazil's ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. Janine Brown has more.
Members of the Joint Trade Union Movement and the Movement for Social Justice on Monday dropped off a 2.5-page letter addressed to Brazil's ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, José Antonio Gomes Pires, as a show of solidarity with Brazilians who continue to call for the country's past president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, to be freed. Lula was jailed in April of this year over allegations of corruption. He was ordered to serve a 12-year sentence. As they submitted the document at the Brazilian embassy in Port of Spain, MSJ leader David Abdullah said Lula's imprisonment is a clear attempt by the authorities to keep the lower class down.
So the people of Brazil want Lula freed. They want the PT to have him as their candidate in the presidential elections to once again return to a society which is being built on the foundations of social justice, equity, fairness, inclusiveness, and an end to discrimination and the rapacious wealth of a few, the 1%, and the impoverishment of the many.
In the letter, the group accused Brazil's right-wing party of what they call a destruction of democracy, saying they clearly targeted Lula in a bid to stop him from taking part in the presidential elections coming up in October. Vice President of the Union Americas Finance Caribbean, Trevor Johnson, said that their efforts form part of a global outrage over the imprisonment.
Over 230 unions from many countries all over the world stood in solidarity with this very initiative. It is an unjust and unfair imprisonment, and the majority of the people of Brazil are in fact indeed in favor of the freedom of Lula.
Despite being behind bars, Lula, who served as Brazil's president from 2003 to 2011, was nominated by the leftist Workers' Party to run in the upcoming presidential contest. Lula has himself urged for a ceaseless battle for democracy. Janine Brown, C News.